On this slightly spooky, seriously savory, and all-around satisfying episode of UTR, we're heading to Michigan's oldest city, Sault Ste. Marie, for haunted history walks, crepes with a cult following, a saloon that stood for over a century, and outdoor adventures that will get your heart pumping. Let's roll.
The Stall's Motors and Music experience features a collection of automated music machines, neon signs, gas pumps, and 150 years of automotive history. More info at stallsauto.com.
We've been around the world,
But there's one place we keep coming back to.
and the more we explore,
The more we realize,
it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton,
I'm Jim Edelman.
and this is Under the Radar, Michigan.
If you're looking for outdoor adventure, big flavor, and just a hint of the paranormal, you're in the right place. This is Sault Ste. Marie.
Settled in 1668, Sault Ste. Marie has stories to tell, some written in history books and others whispered under the glow of lantern light. Here, you'll find adventurous locals, welcoming small businesses, and experiences that are anything but ordinary. Sault Ste. Marie is located in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, right on the border with Canada. It's where the Great Lakes connect and where good stories begin.
First things first, crepes. Because why not start your day with something folded and delicious? And here at Oak Crepe, every bite feels like a celebration of flavor and creativity.
Oak Crepe's menu is filled with savory and sweet creations, each made fresh and folded with care. From strawberries and Nutella to ham and cheese, it's a full meal in a tidy little triangle. I sat down with owner Zach McClellan to learn how these crepes found their way into the heart of the Sioux.
So if you're watching this right now and you're looking at this guy and you're thinking, God, he looks familiar. Well, you're right, because he does date back to season 10, episode 4. Zach McClellan, you joined us from Prost in Frankenmuth back then.
Absolutely.
And now we're at your new crepe and coffee place, Oak Crepe.
Oak Crepe.
Here in the Sioux.
Yes.
How
Good
does
to be
it
back
happen?
with you,
Yeah,
man.
good to see you too.
Yeah.
Oh, this is home for you, right?
Originally from Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the Sioux's been really special to me. My wife's actually from Sault, Ontario. So, not planned, even though I joke that, because I was born in Sault, Ontario too. So my family's in the candy business that's also on Portage. That's where my dad's candy start happened. It was just down the road at Fudge du Lac.
Ah, okay. So you were making fudge at a young age.
I was going to say, so sometimes when I'd be up here walking the street or something like that, we felt like maybe it could be a quick, treat for people, that a crepe would work out really well with the locks right across the street.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of morphed, and then we decided, what the heck, let's do it.
Yeah, and it's just nice to have, when you look at breakfast and also late, what are your hours?
We're open until 7 at night,
Yes.
so we have breakfast and then all the way to savory. And everybody likes a coffee, especially I have a new 5-month-old, so I'm dusting coffees all the way till night.
I just started drinking it this year, so I'm a newbie to the coffee
Welcome.
scene. Yeah, so I'm even drinking my prop. What makes a crepe a crepe?
Well, it's kind of like a cousin to a pancake. It's just a lot thinner, and then you can literally throw whatever you want into it, and that's what we really love. We do a bunch of different types of crepes, savory to sweet to breakfast, and I mean, you literally can do whatever you want and try to treat yourself. Mm-hmm. What I do like about it is we've really tried to make it an experience, so you can see it being made right in front of you. And just watching, the young ladies who can spin 4 crepes at a time and get them all done, we really like that aspect. It's an experience more than just breakfast. And then we haven't even talked about the locks. I mean, my dad, starting up here, he would always tell me, no matter what, we have to make sure that we always work to enhance the Sioux. He said, because you could have cities all over, but you're never going to have a lock like the Soo locks.
Yeah.
And
it's just, you see the ships coming through there. It's like they're walking down the sidewalk.
it is incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible to be able to see a ship that size across the sidewalk. It's insane how big they are.
Yeah, and changing its perspective too, starting here and ending here.
Yeah.
And
Even
just
from
watching that drop.
Even from the store here, you can see them come in low, and then all of a sudden you look over and it's a gigantic wall of steel. And that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, from an economic standpoint and from a tourist standpoint, they're just, you get excited when you see one miles out on the lake.
Oh yeah.
When you see it up close, I know, for Tom, we geek out on ships, and that's just,
It's cool. Some of the stores you walk down, they have the ship trackers on their TVs, and you can see when they're coming through, which we think is really cool.
Exactly. So what inspired you with O Crepe? And am I hitting the O? I mean, is it O Crepe? I mean,
It kind of depends on what type of day you're having, But the big thing with us is we really thought that a lot of people walk in sometimes when ships come in. You don't always want to be caught at a table. So if you can take something that's walkable and enjoy it, we thought that being on the locks, that would be a really nice treat. And that's kind of how we came up on it, was we missed a few ships sometimes, and we didn't want to do that anymore. So we felt like something quick, you could take it and walk with it. For us, we thought that was
not trying to balance a plate on your lap as you're cutting your steak, right?
Exactly. It's a little bit easier with a crepe. So that's kind of how we decided on this treat with O Crepe and coffee.
Warm, comforting, and just a little bit fancy, O Crepe proves great food can both be creative and yummy.
Whether it's pedal power or powder season, Foxhole Bike and Ski is your go-to gear spot in the Soo.
From first-timers to seasoned pros, their team is passionate about helping everyone make the most of the outdoors. They offer sales, rentals, and expert advice to help the locals and visitors get out and explore the region year-round. I cruised in to meet Levi Crone and find out how this place keeps people moving on two wheels or two skis.
I think one of the things that's interesting is when you look at an area like Sault Ste. Marie, you try to figure out, how is that rec, universe set up? I mean, what is the
So the bike infrastructure here is coming along. So we're building some mountain bike trails locally that will feed off of the mountain bike trails that are in Canada and then throughout the area. Nordic skiing is already set up. So there's a lot of places in the area you can go cross country, Nordic skiing, downhill, a little bit of traveling, but having a place where you could get stuff serviced, try things out. There wasn't anything like that in town.
So you were showing us the cross between the Nordic and the telemark ski earlier, and that's a very cool transition to a different kind of skiing.
Yeah, so the Altais that we carry, they have a universal binding, don't require a groomed trail, and they allow you access to where you could snowshoe or hike in the winter, allow you access off trail to go explore more of the area.
In the cycling world, you said you've got mountain bikers who are getting into road biking.
Yes.
But your road bikes, you're not putting them into a 12 or 15 speed road bike, right? Skinny tires, you're putting them into a cruiser, right?
Yeah, well, we have the options for everything. So gravel's really exploded the last couple years, and one of the nice things about this area is within 20 minutes, you have thousands of miles of national forest land that are all gravel, all open for recreation.
Fire roads, is that what those are?
Fire roads, service roads, gravel, like state roads. I mean, some of the roads that cross through are gravel, and they're a state highway or a state road.
Dirt road.
Yeah, dirt road.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've noticed a lot more. I live on a dirt road downstate, and I've noticed just so many more what look like road bikes on the gravel road.
Yeah, so the gravel bike community kind of wanted to ride road, but had, to have this access. So they modified the bikes with wider tires, You're not going to get the same amount of speed you would on a road bike, but it gives you that experience, and it's created an entire infrastructure of racing and recreation.
And also when you encounter a gravel road and you're not on your road bike with your,
Exactly.
175 tire, you're not going to, fall over.
Exactly, yeah. A lot less punctures, a lot more comfortable ride on a gravel road, so.
Yeah, because your pressure is not that great,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So, and the biggest drawback for most people that are getting into bikes is comfort. The seats take a while to break in, so that comfort for the rider, if you have a little bit more cushion in your tire, it's not going to cause as much issue.
Yes, cushion is important.
Correct.
Yes, especially as you're a later in life rider. Yeah. I mean, my bike seat when I was 25 was a lot more uncomfortable than my bike seat now at 62.
Yeah.
So.
And that's good. And the nice thing about cycling is something you can do for years. You can modify your bikes to make it fit the comfort level you need. So.
Well, let's go take a comfortable bike ride.
All right, let's do it.
Whether you're gliding through snow or cruising by the waterfront, Foxhole Bike and Ski is ready to gear you up. And speaking of the waterfront, how about a little paddling with your Sioux adventure?
So right downtown and next to the water is Bird's Eye Outfitters, a place where outdoor lovers and foodies collide in the best way possible.
It's part gear shop, part cafe and lounge, part launch pad for kayaking, paddleboarding, and all things active. It's basically a base camp for Sioux explorers. I dropped in to chat with Ken and Wilda Hopper and learn how Bird's Eye is helping people see Sault Ste. Marie from a new perspective.
So, you've been on the show 3 times. Last time you took Tom out into the river, made him cross the freighter, get yelled at by the freighter, and then, he had sides on his boat. I noticed I don't have sides on my boat, and I have to stand up. So you're making it more, every time it's a little bit more progressively harder, right?
Challenging.
Yeah. So I appreciate the challenge.
We started on the ground, right? It was a snowshoe hike.
Yeah, the snowshoe hike. So lots of fun with you guys in your love of Sioux's outdoors, and I think that is the basis of Bird's Eye, right? That's where it all started.
Yeah. We found that that's our purpose, trying to get people outside more and enjoy what we're surrounded by.
Oh, and it is spectacular. I mean, our conversation yesterday with Levi and cycling, and it all melts together, and that connection with getting people active. And I think that's what draws your type.
Yeah, it's creating community, actually, and the more you can get people out together, the more they're going to learn together, the more they'll be comfortable together, the more there's safety in numbers. So, yeah.
Well, obviously your love of the outdoors is part of what drives you, but what continues to get you up every day? What excites you about doing what you do?
The comments, the people that are gravitating to us, the people that come and thank us, the people that want to partner with us because they see potential to even start, educating our youth, because it starts when they're young. So there are a lot of people that have come to us and have been so thankful for the knowledge that we've shared. Our knowledge isn't just for us, it's our knowledge is to gift to those who need it, to keep you safe, to keep their families safe.
Back to the point of us being surrounded by water. So now the plans for next summer are, and we've already gotten into some classrooms to bring kids out and tell them, hey, it's a great family activity, but be safe doing it. Get mom and dad and you get involved and know what to do if a situation arises.
So there's a number of islands out here that are numbered and named after critters to keep it straight and less confusing. Where are we going?
Okay, so they didn't get very creative in the past, right? So you've got island number 1 down there, island number 2, which is now Voyager Island Park. It's city owned, and then our nonprofit maintains it, and there's hiking trails on that. And then you've got island 3 over here, and that is a nonprofit is
turning that into a duck preserve.
Friends of Pippin Land Trust.
It's fun.
You got close.
And then, of course, to confuse matters, Island 4 is on the other side of the shipping channel, and there's another Island 1 on the other side of the shipping channel. So, and there's Steer Island also, which...
Doesn't have steer.
No, it actually has goats. They're the resident landscapers for a couple of nonprofits. They're working on that for historical preservation.
Let's suit up and hit the water.
Awesome.
I'm in.
With great gear, delicious coffee and cocktails, and a passion for people, Bird's Eye Outfitters helps you explore the Soo from every angle. Now that we're fully caffeinated and still a little damp, let's dry off and scare ourselves silly.
As night settles in on the Soo, history takes on a whole new mood. Sault Ste. Marie Haunts and History Tour blends spooky storytelling with historical facts, revealing the haunted side of Michigan's oldest city.
This guided walking tour brings eerie legends and unique historical facts to life. I met up with Brad Blair and Tim Ellis for a chilling tour and some hair-raising tales from the shadows.
Ghosts have a very specific spooky behavior. How are you guys attuned to that? How much research did you do to kind of make this come to life?
Oh man, we've been doing this since we were kids. Tim and I have been friends since the first grade, and we were always the creepy kids at school. We were the ones that would stand off in the playground and tell ghost stories, and some of the kids would gravitate towards us. A lot of them stayed away.
Yeah.
They didn't want anything to do with us, but we kind of started there with the whole just the local legends and urban myths that were going around the area, and we built to the point where when we were teenagers and got our driver's license and bikes, we would go around to different cemeteries, abandoned homes, things that, don't try this at home kind of thing. But back then, that was kind of our whole, feeling our way into the paranormal field.
Yeah. When you dig into this, what were some of the surprising things you found?
Well, even the ship that we're next to right now, as Brad and I grew up here, the Valley Camp, this was always part of our backdrop of our hometown, but we never really heard ghost stories about it until we started to do our research as adults and writing our first book and just kind of doing the research of the town. And that's when the ghost stories really started to come out. And then our team was lucky enough to investigate it a few times. And during that, we captured our own experiences and EVPs and pictures. So, it's just really neat to grow up in a town that you think you know everything about, but then when you really start to dig into the research, all these new stories and lives start to come to life for it. Yeah.
So you guys walk a fine line too, because you're family friendly. So you're going to have some little uns along for some of the tours. How do you tailor the stories to make sure you're not spooking too much?
I think we got to kind of put that into the hands of our wonderful tour guide. And Mary, who goes by Nightmare, she will kind of feel out the tour and understand if there's some of the younger ones, maybe she'll leave some of the gore out or some of the scarier stories or tone it down a bit. So it's really in her hands, and we trust her, and she's doing a great job.
Yeah. And she wears the persona
she does.
very nicely, and I think that's a wonderful addition to it. Especially when you're doing a walking tour. I've been on, like the hearse tours of some towns, and it's more hyperbole than it is, fact maybe.
Right, and I think that's kind of one of the things Brad and I pride ourselves on with this tour too, is that it is steeped in actual research and history, in dates and events.
Yeah, so it's like being in a history class.
Yeah.
I got to remember dates. You didn't tell me that.
To a point, yes. I mean, we obviously have put some of our own research and some of our own notes and some legend into it.
Yeah.
And because there's a fine line in some points between history and legend, especially dealing in a town this age.
Yeah. When you look at, your tour, it's not all just ghosts. It's a lot of the history too. And it really kind of makes you, be proud to be from a town like this, right? I mean,
It really is.
I mean, what is living in Sault Ste. Marie for you
Well, growing up as a kid here, and I left for school and was lucky enough to come back to do my career here in a town I loved. But, just growing up and watching the 1,000-footers cut right through our downtown, is a pretty amazing thing to watch. And then the history alone, I'm a huge history buff, Brad is too. So to have the history that we're surrounded with and to be able to call ourselves the oldest settlement in the state of Michigan, I mean, that's a pretty cool crown to wear.
Yeah, no, totally.
Sault Ste. Marie Haunts and History Tour serves up spine-tingling thrills and just the right dash of mischief with a whole lot of fun. Bring your bravest friends and family and keep moving because you never know what might be lurking in the shadows.
So our final stop is a place that proves you don't have to pick between bold flavors and local history, because the Palace Saloon, they serve up both on one plate.
Established in 1903, the Palace Saloon is one of Michigan's oldest bars, and these days it's also one of the Sioux's go-to spots for Mexican food. We're talking sizzling fajitas, stacked nachos, burritos, and tacos that pack a punch, all served in a space that's got more stories than a novella. I sat down with Tammy Cook to talk about how the Palace went from historic saloon to full-on fiesta.
When did you guys make the shift to being Mexican restaurant?
Basically, it's in the beginning it was just a bar, of course. In the 1970s, it was created the Palace Saloon, so that's when the Mexican came in.
Right.
So we're just kind of carrying on that tradition of great margaritas, Mexican food, American as well.
Yep. Our many trips up here, have shown us that the people who do attract are outdoors enthusiasts, and they're foodies.
Mm-hmm.
They do like their food. So I think that's driving folks to you, and the fact that you have consistently put up a great item. So cheers to you. I would cheers you with our prop drinks, but
Right.
we didn't get any.
Well, I can get you some. You're welcome to have one right now.
That's okay. We'll do it for real afterwards.
Okay.
So you've grown up here. You were born here.
Yes.
You've lived here. You're still here. If in a short sentence, how would you describe the culture of Sault Ste. Marie?
It's your basic small town, but we've got, Sioux Canada next door, which is a great addition because it's like kind of the twin Sioux, which is nice. But yeah, it's just, we've got just about everything, snowmobiling, a lot of hockey. Summertime, of course, is tourist-based, but wintertime, there's a lot of people that come up for sports and snowmobiling, so it's a good, safe hometown.
This place is over 100 years old.
Yes.
What are some of the stories that you could share with us from running a business, not the 100 years, but from a business that has lasted that long?
I've got the Coco family originally started it. I got to know one of their family members, so he kind of introduced me to a lot of the history, so it was kind of nice to meet him. We've got kind of a storyboard in the front that kind of tells that story of the palace.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got some of the original. We've got a lot of the original recipes, the margaritas, the con queso, of course. So we kept a lot of the history, and we tried not to change a lot of the things, as far as the decor and that sort of thing.
Yeah. You're always searching for new flavors, new twists to things. Where do you get inspiration for that from?
I just try to follow the trends. So try, something, we're always trying to add something new to the menu. Like we usually have a feature every month. So just following trends and food shows and that sort of thing. So
You go on vacation and, pop into places and look around?
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm always looking at the menu. Yeah. I'm always working when I'm in a restaurant.
Yeah, there's no shutting that.
No, there's not.
Okay, so there's tomatoes and onions in the salsa. What else is in there?
Right?
Yeah. It's not gonna be that easy, is it? I can't just throw in an oddball question and get you to answer it.
No.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, we'll work on that. And I think, it just has a really fresh flavor. So congratulations on that. So yeah, let's dig into some grub, I think, right?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
From ghostly tales and sugar-dusted crepes to gear shops, outfitters, and a bar with a 100-year story, Sault Ste. Marie has a way of staying with you.
So now you know that the Soo isn't just a border town. It's a feast for the senses and a playground for the curious. So join us next time as we uncover some more hidden gems on Under the Radar Michigan. And here at Oak Crepe, there's some other words that follow that. I was just happy to get through that first part. Go-to gear stop in the Soo. It's actually a gear spot. Now our final stop is a place that serves up bold flavors and local history, and they do it on one plate. That's all the words, but they're just not in any sort of order.
The stall's Motors and Music experience features a collection of automated music machines, neon signs, gas pumps, and 150 years of automotive history. More info at stallsauto.com.